Hello everyone. In this video we will be learning about the experiment that is frequency modulation using 8038. The speciality of 8038 IC is that it can generate three carrier waves. It will generate three waves, that is, one is sine, one is triangle and the square wave. Here you can observe the testing circuit. By designing this circuit you will be testing whether the IC is capable of generating these three waves. For this circuit we will give message signal and then we will modulate and we observe the frequency modulation circuits. With respect to this design, we have designed the circuit. You can see that we have taken up from pin number 3, pin number 4. Connections are done. I have connected plus 12 and minus 12 volts respectively. And you can observe that I have not connected anything other than the DC source. So 8038 is now capable of generating the waveform. We can observe that. Pin number 2, sine wave. This is a sine wave we can observe. Pin number 3, triangle wave. Here you can observe triangle wave. Pin number 9, square wave. There is a small variation in the square wave, but this generates square wave. We will not be using square wave, we will be using sine wave for the experiment, so we can proceed. So for the verification of frequency modulation, we are supposed to build the circuit. There is a small change if you observe with respect to the testing circuit. Here there is no source or message signal connected for pin number 7 and 8. That has been connected here. So I have connected a pin number 7 source for pin number 7 and 8. And I have also connected with 10k resistance and 10 microfarad capacitance. Here you can observe that this input, whatever that I have given a sine wave. The sine wave has been given from the signal generator here. You observe that this is sine selected, and I have given a frequency of 1.1k almost equal to amplitude. I have not decided any specific amplitude. We can vary the amplitude as per the requirement with respect to the output that we are supposed to get. The circuit has been built. I have attached the input here. Capacitor resistance has been attached between pin number 7 and 8. So we will be observing the output in all the three terminals. So in pin number 2, when you observe, we are getting something like this. So here you can observe that there is a variation of minimum frequency and maximum frequency. This minimum frequency and maximum frequency is something that we get with respect to the input message frequency. Let me show you that also. Here observe that I have taken the message signal and also the modulated signal. With respect to the message signal, here you can observe that there is a lower frequency for the amplitude of the sine wave, and similarly for the negative cycle we have high frequency. So this is how the frequency modulation works. To get the calculation part, the same thing has been given in the manual also. This is what we get. To do the calculation part, we are supposed to calculate the percentage of modulation or modulation index. To do that, we will use this tabular column. Here we are supposed to calculate the F1 and F2, which is not so easy to find. That is nothing but F minimum and F maximum. So what we do is, instead of going with this CRO, we will go with frequency analyzer. I'll connect that. Now we have taken the output waveform and we are trying to measure the minimum and maximum frequency. So this is the high resolution frequency counter. By using this we can measure the frequency. So to start with, what you do is you reset it, go in the function. You have options. You set it to 3 so that you will get kilohertz, and then click confirm. Then you can give the input frequency and you can note down the values for a long, like for 30 to 40 seconds, and then you have got this option to increase the step time. If you increase the step time, it takes more time and it gives you the value. If you reduce it, it will give quick values. So you keep it in readable time time span, and then note down the values. So minimum and maximum values you will take. F1 will be the maximum and F2 will be the minimum value, and then you can calculate with the difference, and then you can calculate the percentage of modulation index. Okay, so I think that's the end of the experiment. Thank you so much.